You know that one drawer, the one that's basically a graveyard for dead batteries? We all have one. But here's the thing, just chucking those batteries in the bin is a way bigger deal than you might think. So today, let's nail down how to get it right.
So let's get real for a second. You're cleaning out that junk drawer. You find a handful of old AAs, some AAAs, maybe even one of those little flat ones from a watch. They're all dead. So what do? I mean, is it really so bad to just toss them in the kitchen trash with everything else?
Well, it might seem like the easiest thing to do, but it turns out that's the one thing you really shouldn't. They look so harmless, but used batteries can be a sneaky little hazard hiding right there in your house.
Okay, so here's why. When a battery is just rattling around loose in the trash, its ends, the positive and negative terminals, can easily bump up against a piece of foil or some other metal. When that happens, you can get a spark. And a spark in a bin full of paper or in the back of a garbage truck, well, you can see how that becomes a major fire risk.
And it's not just about fire. The gunk inside a battery is pretty nasty stuff. It's corrosive, it's toxic. If an old battery starts to leak, those chemicals can irritate your skin. And if it ends up in a landfill, that stuff can seep into the ground. So yeah, handling them the right way is a pretty big deal for everybody's safety. But hey, don't sweat it. There is a super simple, totally effective way to deal with this. I'm going to walk you through a quick 4-step plan that just completely gets rid of all these risks. You ready? It's easy. All right, here's the whole plan. First up, gather them all up. AA, AAA, those little coin cells, rechargeable ones, get them all in one spot. Second, inspect and seal. Maybe pop on some gloves for this. If you see one that's crusty or leaking, put it in its own little plastic bag and seal it up. Third, and listen up, because this is the most important part, tape the terminals. Just a small piece of clear or electrical tape over both ends. That's what stops the sparks. And finally, number 4, store safely. Find a sturdy box like a cardboard box, label it used batteries, and stick it somewhere cool and dry away from any kids or pets. So now that you know the plan, let's do a quick fire round to make sure these habits really stick. We'll break it down into the simple do's and the absolute don'ts. It's pretty straightforward. On the do side, always tape the ends, always use a proper, rigid box, and definitely wear gloves if you see any leaks. On the don't side, it's simple. Never ever just toss them in the regular trash. Don't pour them down a drain, and don't mix them in with your food scraps or wet waste. That's basically it. Look, if you remember absolutely nothing else from this, please remember these 3 things. Number 1, don't just throw them loose in the trash. We've covered that. Number 2, never try to burn a battery or puncture it. Seriously, it can explode or release toxic fumes. And number 3, don't try to crack them open to see what's inside. The stuff in there is not meant to be touched. These are the 3 golden rules. So you've done all the hard work. You've gathered, you've taped, you've stored, and now your box is full. So, what's the last step? This is the easy part, the final handover where you close the loop. Once that box is full, all you have to do is take it to an e-waste drop-off center or even your local electronics store. A lot of them have collection bins right at the front. By doing this one little thing, you're making sure those batteries get recycled properly and you're protecting all the waste collection workers from those fire and chemical risks we talked about. So there you have it. Your home is now safer, and you're looking out for the people who handle our trash. But it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? This one small change in habit has a real impact. It leaves you wondering, what other small things could we be doing that have a huge positive ripple effect on our planet?